someone will be like, oh, well, you're a conspiracy theorist. But then you look and see, wow, how many of these migrants happen to be going straight for swing states. And it's a very scary prospect that, if Trump loses this election, there's going to be enough illegals in all these swing states to just sort of they'll no longer be a possibility that they could swing purple. It's like they'll be all blue, and we'll just be screwed. I don't know, it's scary to think about, and I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but every day you see something that's like, oh God, can we win? Is it hopeless? Yeah,
I think that Trump is going to win, but the issue is the fraud. I mean, we're already seeing issues in places like Arizona where the lawyer who was supposed to, it's an unbelievable story I broke the other day. The lawyer who was supposed to be representing Team Trump and the RNC there resigned because he was unwilling to file a lawsuit on their behalf to sue the Democrat Arizona Secretary of State, who used to be a lawyer for the Mexican cartels. His name is Adrian Fontes, who was allowed for over 218,000 non-citizen illegal aliens to remain on the voter rolls, and they were actually sent voter registration forms. And so the lawyer who was supposed to be representing Trump and the lawyer who was supposed to be representing the RNC and the AZ GOP in Arizona resigned 3 days before early voting begins. So there's issues. And we've seen this in places like Pennsylvania, where they've imported thousands of Haitian migrants and illegal aliens. And, all over the country in swing states, you have illegal aliens that have been imported, and secretaries of states wanting to say that it was an accident that these people are on the voter rolls. So if Trump doesn't get in, it will be because they cheated, because right now, as of yesterday, he's up 10 points in national polls, according to the latest Polymarket poll.
And why did the lawyer for the RNC, why do you think he refused to sue the Democrats?
Because he's a rhino. He's a rhino. And I love President Trump, and I will, always support President Trump. I'm as loyal as they come. But unfortunately, President Trump has this impeccable talent, or I should say, people around him have this impeccable talent of hiring people who oftentimes are not loyal. And so this was a serious problem during the first administration, where we saw people that were very disloyal to President Trump hinder his ability to get things done. He obviously was a very successful president, but he could have been more successful if he had better people around him. And so there's just this impeccable ability to somehow always surround him with the worst people. And I'm not saying that all of the people that surround him are awful, but I'm also saying it's common sense to not hire the guy who used to represent Mitt Romney and Carly Fiorina. Like, do you really think that somebody is going to have your back when they represented your primary opponent when you first ran for president in 2016 and the guy in the Senate who voted to impeach you? I mean, it's not rocket science. You don't have to be an advanced political strategist to know, well, maybe we shouldn't be hiring people who worked for Mitt Romney to go work for Donald Trump. I don't know. Maybe that isn't such a great idea. Go figure.
What could he do differently if he wins to get, to vet people better? Make sure he doesn't have
well, I mean, he could hire somebody like me, for starters. I mean, we're talking real talk here. There's nobody better at vetting than me. So regardless of whether it's me or somebody else, the point is that there needs to be a position. There needs to be somebody who is like a bulldog who just sits there, and their job is just to sit there and vet every single person who comes through the door, and to make sure that there really is, extreme accountability and extreme vetting. Because unfortunately, there was an Office of Personnel during the first administration, and there was supposed to be during the second administration as well. But we always saw, some of the worst people, some of the most disloyal people always getting through. And again, they were able to undermine and sabotage President Trump. And now we see, a lot of these same people who worked in his administration, some of them were, former press secretaries, communication officials, advisors. They're all talking shit, right? They're all on The View talking shit. They're on other programs talking shit. He has advisors that are going on MSNBC and CNN and talking about how he's an insurrectionist, and people who resigned. And all these people now see the writing on the wall, and they're trying to kiss his ass now in the final 30 days of the campaign, because, a lot of these people are opportunists and they want to get jobs, and they thought that he was going to lose. They thought that he was going to get locked up in jail, and they didn't have enough faith or enough integrity to stand by him during his toughest times. And you have a lot of fair weather friends in politics. People don't want to stand by you when you're going through a tough time. So we need to make sure that like I said, there has to be extreme accountability, and I've kept the receipts. I like to say, and it's not an exaggeration, I literally have a binder full of receipts. And so whether it's the DeSantis people or whoever it may be, I have receipts on everybody who was disloyal to President Trump this primary season. And I don't really care if you're somebody who came around and said, well, I came to realize Donald Trump is good and I'm going to vote for him now. It's too little too late. You can vote for him and we're going to take your vote. But just because you came around doesn't mean that you deserve a position in the administration, right? And again, these are not my decisions. I don't work for President Trump, but I just think that, we don't have any time left to lose and we don't have time to waste. And so whoever does staff this second administration should be held to a loyalty test. And some people say, well, we shouldn't have purity tests in this country. And well, we shouldn't have loyalty tests. Yeah. I disagree. I disagree. Yeah. If you want to have a MAGA renaissance and you want to truly make America great again, you have to have standards of greatness that begin with your own moral clarity and your own ability to show and prove in a very public manner that you are a moral person, that you are a loyal person. And so I absolutely think we need to have loyalty tests, and they need to be public as well.
I agree. I think you should work for Trump. I think you and your binder full of receipts should be just totally involved. I think you would be great. Little Larry Sharp's in the chat. Laura never backs down, not even to a hurricane. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
The K-Max is wondering, does Laura feel Trump should do one more debate, or are the mods too biased? Compare ABC with Trump to CBS with Vance, who was more biased.
There's no point for another debate. There really isn't. I mean, look, all the media is just going to be biased. And clearly, ABC News has still failed to answer whether or not they gave Kamala Harris the questions ahead of time, even though there are whistleblower affidavits and reports that were submitted to the FCC about this. So I do not think that, it's necessary at all for Donald Trump to have another debate. He's leading in the polls. And right now, it's just about reaching as many voters as possible and speaking to the issues. And Kamala Harris doesn't want to answer any, she doesn't want to answer any questions about the issues. She wants to obfuscate everything. And personally, I don't really think she's capable of answering any questions about the issues. Everything starts with, my mother was an Indian. I grew up in a middle-class house and I was bused. I was one of the young girls who was integrated into the school system. And it's always some sob story that involves Black people or Indian people or her mother. It's like, Jesus, her mother is dead. Okay. Are we electing this woman from the grave? Honestly, are we voting for her dead mother? Is that what we're doing? Are we voting for her dead mother, or are we voting for her? I mean, none of us are voting for her. I'm voting for Donald Trump, but it's just crazy. I've never seen a politician talk about their dead parent as much as Kamala Harris talks about her dead mother as it relates to why she should be elected as president of the United States of America. It's very weird. I know the Democrats like allowing for dead people to cast ballots, but my God, we are not electing this dead Indian woman to become president of the United States.
It's all she has. She can't talk about the policies. She can't talk about her track record. Like, she currently is in office. People are like, there was that meme going around, woman saying that she's going to make changes and lower your grocery bill once she gets into office, and she's currently in office. So it's all she has. She's just trying to pull people's heartstrings and be like, oh, look, I'm ethnically diverse. I'm Indian. Vote for me. Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Come and get it. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.